Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Electrified Speicher, your channel all around Skoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and in a lot of videos I show you data from my car which I read out with an OBD adapter in some app called Carscanner, and under every of those videos, especially the German one, and in a lot of emails I get asked, yeah, but how do I do this? I even bought your adapter because you always said there is an affiliate link down there, but I don't get it that much to work like I would love to see it. So many values, so many things to configure. I already did a German video on this a couple of months or even I guess 2 years ago, I don't know. So it's a good time to renew this video to show you the capabilities of reading out data from your car and the restrictions and limitations and what you can do with this data and what not. And if you're interested in that, then this video is for you. What is this all about, this OBD stuff? Well, OBD, or in long onboard diagnostics, is a quite old thing you find in a lot of cars, also in combustion engine cars. And we don't talk about the history and stuff of this, we talk about the practical use in your Skoda ENYAQ. And basically, you can use this interface for two purposes. The first one is the one I'll always show in my videos. That's reading out data to get more information about your car. And the second one is doing some coding in some control units where you can change values of your car. Basically, what a lot of people did in the ENYAQ is making the turning lights a bit less loud, or change the tip turning lights from 3 to 5 iterations, or even enable functions which were disabled ex works. So you can do a lot, but we do not talk about this second one, the coding. So basically both is done with an OBD adapter like these two here, and they look quite the same, but they aren't. This one here can read out data but is used for coding mainly. It's an OBD11. We do not talk about this, so screw it. We'll talk about the other use case, and therefore I use this adapter here, the iCar Pro from WeGate. This is the link in the description. I'll choose this adapter because when it comes to price and performance, this is the right choice, I think, at least for me. Be careful to choose the version with Bluetooth 4, then this adapter will work with Android and iOS. Else Android might work, but iOS not. Why do you need that? Well, the adapter itself just delivers the data. You need some software or tool to read it and to display it. And unless you have some big computer from a workshop, you can do it with your smartphone and an app. And for me, this is the Carscanner app you always hear. It's available on Android and iPhone, and you get a free version as well as a Pro version. I'm running the Pro version and I'm really happy with the Carscanner. One thing to mention when it comes to this adapter here. This comes with a minor flaw, and this is when you turn out your car and it goes into deep sleep after around 20 minutes, or like you just park your cars overnight and the next morning you start it and you leave the adapter plugged in, it will not fire up, so it will be turned off. Therefore, you need to deplug it and replug it. For my use case, when I want data, this is perfectly fine because then I know I have to plug it in. But if you want a continuous one, there are some on the markets, way more expensive than this one, just to be reminded what the limitations of this adapter is. So, well, now let's plug it in and then start with a Carscanner. You'll plug the OBD adapter into the port here on the left side of the Skoda ENYAQ. Down here on that purple port, that is the OBD interface where you plug it in. And that's why I'll store my OBD adapter in this little pocket right here, because then I directly have it when I want to read out data. This is the Carscanner app I am using, Carscanner ELM OBD2. And let's download this one right here and install it quickly, which is quite easy. Although I'm showing this on an iPhone right now, it also works on Android as well. Well, let's select the language we want. You see there are several. I would recommend going with English, even if I shown in the German video the Deutsche Version. I love to have all the wording and everything in English because this is quite more intuitive than other languages, at least for me. So let's use English. Accept this. Yes, I agree. Next. I'll use the Carscanner theme. Next. Then, if you like, please adjust this for your delight. I'm going with metric, and on every point here the metric system. Maybe you want to switch power units to kilowatts, and then next, and look for the Skoda ENYAQ. Skoda. At this point you can't choose the ENYAQ because you have to choose a connection profile on which the OBD port operates in your car, and for you it's MEB. Just enter it. There you go, EV MEB for every car on the MEB platform. Yes, I want this profile. Next, choose electric vehicle. Next. And basically, you're done. Now you have your Carscanner app running. I would go then to settings, and what the Carscanner does, it also adds a car. My car. I want to edit this because you can have different cars on one app. And let's say this is my ENYAQ. You don't have this, this is optional, and okay. And now you have the right connection profile and the car. Next is to connect the adapter right here. Choose Bluetooth LE 4.0 and then choose a device here. Yes, I allow. And the device is right up here, iOS V-Link with the correct icon. And then you see a couple of other devices like my camera, the Osmo Pocket, or my watch here, the Fenix 6 Pro, iOS V-Link. And now we are connected with our adapter. This is all I do for settings in here. And the next thing you see is this screen. ELM connection disconnected, ECU connection disconnected. And now just hit connect. This is all correct. Say next, say again, connect. And now the Carscanner is connecting to your OBD adapter. This might take a bit of time, so don't be irritated, especially for the first time. Now we are connected, and the important thing is, only when both down here are connected and green, you're good to go. And now you see nearly everything turned into blue and is accessible right now. And the next thing we will do right now is look into all sensors and what values you are able to get from this adapter. Let's jump into this list right now. And when you first open all sensors, you get this message that this is a list of all supported vehicle sensors. And just to be clear, it might be that here are values you cannot access even though they are in the list. So don't be irritated if you do not get a value. And here's a complete list. And this might be confusing because a lot of names, a lot of values, this list goes on and on and on. And let me light this list a bit up for you. Well, first off, we have some general values. And you can see general values do not have a word in brackets in front of them. Like this one here, HV battery power, which is high voltage electric vehicle battery power. So basically, as you can see here in the demo, this is the power which comes out or goes into your battery. And then you've got those brackets here, which are control units of the Skoda ENYAQ or the MEB platform. And the first one here is quite self-explanatory. It's the control unit 8C, named BMS, Battery Management System. And when you look at the values, they all are values from your battery, like some battery current or like some temperature and stuff like that, or like this, highest voltage, lowest voltage of battery cells, accumulated charge. So basically everything around the battery management system. And if you go on through the list, you see you can even get the value of every single cell of the car, the voltage here. And now let's move on. The next one in the line or in the list is the control unit 01 engine. And this is not the engine itself, it's the engine electronics. And you see some values which make sense: brake booster pressure, radiator fan duty, whatever. Now we come to 51, electric drive. This is really your electric drive in the car with values of torque and stuff like this. Next, when we go on, you see here is 8105 DC-DC converter. This is the converter which turns your high voltage DC direct current into low voltage DC for the 12 volt battery. Then you've got the 75, you only have GPS, well basically it's telematics, but you only get those 2 value points. And the next one could be of interest for you: HVAC, heating, ventilation and air conditioning with outside temperature or cabin temperature, cabin humidity, stuff like that. Then you've got the C6 charger. Everything around your charger, I never use them. 19 is also very interesting: gate or gateway. In this gateway, the CAN bus information gets together and is spread out. I will not talk about the CAN and how it's working in the car in this video, but basically 19 gate is your friend, especially if you want more 12 volt battery values and some quite interesting stuff. Just have yourself a look into this. Then you've got 03 ABS, which is the anti-slippery system. So basically you get only 4 values from there, and then there are a couple of more values. But basically that is the list. This is not all control units in your car, but this is what the Carscanner is able to get data from, and it's quite exhausting list. So basically you can read out everything you want. Let me stop this video here for a second. This long list of sensors is not always self-explanatory, even though the English wording is quite good. So I made a comprehensive list. The link is down in the description of the video for you, where you can see the most important values and their meaning, and I hope this list might help you a bit. And now let's continue with the video. And now we come to the fun part. It's designing dashboards. When you've got the Carscanner, you get 28 dashboards pre-designed for you. And they are quite good and give you a great impression of what this app is capable of, with all the different designs like this here, gorgeous, and text and graphs. And to be honest, I'm only using one, but we come to that later on. And now, normally I delete them all. I delete every 28 of them. And it's here with the cogwheel, delete page, delete page, delete page, and then I'll add my own ones. And now let's add an own dashboard into here. And we do this with add page, and you come to the screen where you choose the dashboard template. Now let's talk a bit about these dashboard templates. You saw the numbers. That's the amount of values you can put on a dashboard. If you need more later on, you can go to a higher value and you get a placeholder, so you lose no data. If you need less, then maybe you have 6 values configured and you just change to 4 value dashboard template, you lose the lowest 2 ones in the list. So just think a bit ahead before designing a dashboard. And what I do is I'm thinking, what do I want from one dashboard on information, because this will be important later on, that you know that you not have to switch between dashboards when you want to export and look at the data maybe in Excel or something like that. So first off, I think, what do I want to measure? Then I write down the values I want, and then I know the number. And for our example, we do a typical charging dashboard you see in my videos. And when it comes to charging, what do you want? Well, basically, you want the power. How much power is used to charge your car? Maybe you want the state of charge, so to know how much is already charged, and maybe you want the content in kilowatt hours. Then maybe you're interested in the voltage and the current which is flowing into the battery. Maybe you're curious about, is my battery now heated or cooled? So you want to add the pump which is circulating the fluid around the battery, and maybe the temperature of the fluid to have a better insight. So we've got 7 values. And I'm choosing now a template with 6 values, and this is not an accident. This is on purpose to show you how to change it later on. Let's say we want this. And now I can search for values up here. Well, I said I want power. Well, then enter power. And let's see, where is something which seems at least a bit of... there. HV EV battery power. Nice value. And here it is what I said. I always choose text vertical layout. I never use the other displays. And entered. And then I said we need a state of charge. So try SOC. Battery, that's not what I'm searching for. So try another state of charge. Display. You could also choose the state of charge, which is an internal value of the BMS, as you see in my videos. But now let's on. I said the content of the traction battery is of interest for me. Let's see. HV battery energy content sounds great for me. Let's put that on our dashboard. Then I said I want voltage and current. Oh, well, there it is. Battery voltage and battery current. Then I said I want the fluid's temperature. So of the coolant fluid around the battery. Enter fluid, well, it doesn't work. Then enter temperature, maybe this works. And you see, sometimes the nearest guess is not the right one, because this value we are looking for is this one here, HV battery PTC heating medium temperature 1. You also see a second one, and I know it's the first one just by trying out. Sometimes you just have to try it out. And now we're done. We have 6 of 6 values. We can't add any more, but where's our pump? We have to do this later. But there you go. You've got your dashboard configured. It does not quite look like those of electrified Speicher, but we are really close. Well, we want that pump. Now let's add that pump. We customize the page. We change our template to 7 values. And you see, it didn't do it. Let's do it again. Now, you see, here's the placeholder OBD volts. We hit the cogwheel and we said we do not want this. We want our pump. Coolant circulation pump duty. This is what we're looking for. There you go. If I go back and back, you see, now I've got the dashboard with 7 values. Let's do a bit of designing here, because I'm not that happy with the design of this dashboard. So I'm entering the first value. First off, you could use a custom title, especially if you've got long value names. It's quite handy to reduce the amount of text so it does not block all of this value, especially if you have a lot of values on one dashboard. So the next thing I do is I head into background and border, choose solid because I don't like those gradient colors, and then I choose the typical electrified Speicher colors, which are now not here anymore because I resetted the app to show how to configure it. But let's just pick some from these here. Let's say we want that background color, then we want the border color of not white but some blue. Don't forget to set the border size to have a border. We go back. Next, we go to text size and colors. Normally I reduce it a bit because I have a lot of values on my dashboard. Set the color to some nice colors I like. Increase maybe this a bit. Then last thing down here, and reduce this again. And you can choose the format of the numeric value. How many digits you want. Normally this is enough. And if you now head back, you are really close to a typical electrified Speicher dashboard. You can give it a name up here, and there you go. You've got your dashboard configured. But hey, what is that? Only one value got that color. Well, that is quite easy. You don't have to do it manually. Just go to this value you have configured and go to copy to. Apply same settings to all items of the same type. And that's also a reason I'm only using text vertical layout, because I can always copy one when I have designed one field to every other field. And now you go, there you have it. A typical Speicher elektrisiert or electrified Speicher dashboard. and I'll have to stop the video again. And maybe you just want my dashboards because I configured them already and maybe they suit you, or it's a good starting point for you to customize your own. Therefore, you find a link to my dashboard file down in the description, and as you already saw in the video, you can just import my settings, my dashboards, and use them if you like. And now let's continue. What else do I use from the Carscanner? Well, to be honest, it's not quite a lot of functions I'm using additionally. There is, of course, the data recording here. And for everything you are watching on the dashboard, the Carscanner can do a data recording. I'll show you. Just disconnect. And now he is storing the values, and you now have a lot of functions not available. They are grayed out. But data recording is still blue. And if you head into here, you see here is the data recording. You can tap on it and you see all the values he recorded. That's so many, because you have to understand how this works here. For every dashboard you are looking, he will store data. So if you are scrolling through the dashboards, you have a lot of values here, and this can get really a mess when you want to look at the values later on in Excel. Or any other calculation tool you like. So for this case, I'm only operating the dashboard in a single view. So I think before, what values do I need, that I do not have to scroll through the dashboards. We do this right now. We connect again. And now at a certain point, you might get this message. Hey, we can make it faster. This is a new functionality to get values even faster from the OBD adapter, which also make it a bit more noisy. You can see it in my videos. The newer videos have the data really flickering and changing fast, where the old ones don't do this. So choose carefully. You can, of course, change this in the settings. I say yes. Let's look at the dashboard now. And here you go. Our charging dashboard we've configured minutes ago. Let's give him a bit of time to record some values. And now, disconnect. See here, we've got a second data file up here. And now we only got the values from this single dashboard. And you can also look at them right here. You can choose one or multiple on one chart. And you got your first chart directly here in the app. But normally I do an export of this file, so swipe to the left, say export, and then you can export a comma-separated file, which you can use in your calculation tool of your choice to make your own graphs or to look at the data the way you want. Another function I like is here in the settings, backup. Normally I create a backup of everything just to be safe, and way more important, dashboard. And down here you've got the function save dashboard and restore dashboard. Whenever I make new dashboards, I'll save them as a file, because sometimes you get app updates or the app crashes and you lose all your dashboard, and that's really a lot of work. So just make your backup. And the last functionality, which is really great, is demo mode. If you are not connected to the OBD adapter, you can say demo mode last used car. And now you can configure dashboards and use everything as if you were connected to the car. So you do not have to sit in your car to configure your dashboard. You can do it in your home office or at the dining table or wherever you want. And basically, these are all the functions I use when it comes to the Carscanner. Well, this is what I do with the Carscanner, and this is what I know. Maybe you can do even way more with these tools. So write me in the comments if you're already doing way more. And there's one thing I would emphasize on. Do not overrate what you got from values and what you see in the Carscanner, because this is not the ultimate truth. This is not the gold standard. Values coming from the Carscanner or values you are seeing in the Carscanner coming from the OBD port do not have to be correct. First off, they could be made up for the OBD port. So basically it could be that you do not see the real value in the control unit, but it runs through some gateway and some computers and you get a made up value or improved value or compensated, corrected value. We don't know. Another thing is, values coming from the OBD port are not real time, because the CAN bus is not able to deliver in real time. So you might have a bit of a delay and it does not fit perfect. And maybe there are wrong data points. We do not know. We do not know how Carscanner has implemented everything, what the OBD port delivers. So there are a lot of possible failure points. Do not overrate what you see. Even though I'm doing this sometimes in my videos, which is also not correct. But if you are interested in what's going on behind the curtain of your car, if you are some nerdy tech freak, then this is a real nice thing to play with. And it gives you really interesting insights into your car. As it does with a combustion engine, it does it with an electric car. And this is quite funny, and this makes a lot of fun to play with. But do you need it to drive? No, of course not. Just drive and enjoy and ignore all of this. There is a reason why Skoda is not showing all of those values on your displays. Most people would not even care about those data, and that is perfectly fine too. But for those who care, this is the way to go. This is an option to get way more insights. And if you want to see more insights, then you should subscribe to this channel, because there are a lot of videos coming up which have a lot of interesting content. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you do not have this OBD adapter, then and you want to do this, maybe you can use the affiliate link to Amazon down in the description and support the channel, or even think about a small donation if this video was really helpful. And then we see each other in the next video, and until then, stay full of energy.